It sure looks good.
Well, at least I did on camera, so you can see the motor now.
Yep.
I'm really anxious to hang that ugly old spotlight on there, but I can't do that until I buff it.
It's not an ugly old spotlight anymore. It's pretty, nice new chrome. I would say 95 or more percent of everybody voted for you to keep it because it's kind of a classic style. The spotlight kind of represents the 50s. Whether it came on it originally or not, it was a dealer option at that time. It's too late to fix this hole now, Dad. You look, you can't get out of it now.
Not now.
So you got it ready for paint.
So I masked up the dark blue down to where I wouldn't get the light blue on it.
Right.
And then I had to mask the top and all that kind of stuff. As soon as I got the blue painted, I let it dry about an hour, then had to mask all of that up and take all of the mask off the bottom of it.
And then you painted the dark
And
blue.
Painted the dark blue.
The Dresden blue.
The Dresden. That was another 3 or 4 coats.
And then what did you do after you had both of those blues on?
Well, then you take all the masking off except what you see now and cleared it 3 coats. I went in on my dash or my top and stuff.
Did you wet sand it before you cleared it?
No, I immediately cleared it right after I painted it, so you don't have to sand it. It was slick enough that I didn't need to sand the color. Color was beautiful.
After you cleared it, how long did you wait before you wet sanded?
I waited 2 days, came out and wet sanded the whole car. I sanded it all with 800.
Wet sanded with 800.
Wet sanded with 800. Then I put 4 coats, heavy coats of clear on it now. So now I'm going to let it dry probably a week, and then I will start sanding that.
And you'll start wet sanding that clear.
I'm going to wet sand that whole car and the hood and trunk with 1,000 grit, and then I will sand it down again with 1,500, and then I'll sand it down with 2,000, and I'll probably quit at that time.
And then you won't need to clear it again after that.
No.
It'll look like wet.
It should be nice.
If you had any runs, like in your clear, would you be able to sand that out?
Oh, yeah.
Is that common for that to happen?
Yeah.
In clear?
Oh, yeah.
More likely in clear than the color, you think?
Yeah, because clear you can't actually see any difference when you spray over it.
Right.
You can't actually tell how much material you're putting on, especially on the side for me, because I can't bend over like I used to, and so I'm only guessing at how much I'm getting on there. I'm trying to keep my the same rhythm, the same speed on the side as I am on the top. But on a top panel, you can really lay it on because it won't
It's
run.
flat, yeah.
It's flat.
Nowhere to
When
run.
you get on the side, it'll run. Then, I don't care how many years I've done this, I'm still not smart enough to remember. When you clear a panel and you look back and you see a spot you think looks dry, do not paint it again.
What will happen?
It will run right down the side like my trunk lid did. It was a beautiful, and I looked and I saw a little spot that I didn't like, so I zipped it down real fast, zip.
And you've told me that 100 times while I was painting that engine.
Do it again. If you miss a spot, get
it
the
next time.
But no, dummy. I'm so tired I couldn't hardly hold my spray gun up, and I said to heck with it, and I just shot it real quick, and now I'm going to pay because I'm going to have to sand the runs out of my trunk. Had I noticed that,
you would have ran it off.
Run it right off on the floor. Had a little spot, and I just zipped, and I went in the house. I was done. I said to heck with it, turned my air compressor off, turned the lights out, went in the house. The next morning when I come out there, it would run all the way across. That last shot ran all the way off on the floor. It's going to be a long ways from perfection. From here, it's going to be a nice looking car.
Yeah.
If you really want to get down there and everybody in the world that has never touched a car before or never are looking as hard as they can to find something wrong with it. Yeah. Look at that. That's got the wrong bolt in it right there. You know. But I'm telling you, it will be a nice looking car going down the road. I mean, if you like blue.
If you like blue.
And a 57 Ford. I'll be glad to cover up that color difference between the lines. It looked like you didn't tape it up good.
Somebody said, I see that line waving, and then he came back and said, oop, wait, I just realized that's going to be covered with chrome.
So this is going to be a one-of-a-kind deal.
All
I've
right.
never seen this done before. This gets one solid piece of chrome, stainless, comes down to here. It splits off into two pieces of stainless. Inside of that is a flat piece of metal that's painted gold. It's stamped like little checkers in it. Well, I'm having mine chromed. My centerpiece is going to be chromed. It'll look like it comes down into one great big piece of chrome, goes all the way forward.
Oh, wow.
It's all going to be chrome in there.
That'll be cool.
Now, if I don't like that, then I'll paint it gold. I think it might look good, because I've never seen anybody do that before. So we had to try it. I'm going to sand the hood and trunk today. I got to get them out and get them in the other room. I need the space. I need to get this car up on the lift. I've got mechanical stuff to do now. Now I can get the gear shift linkage hooked up. I don't have that done yet. And if I'm going to put fuel injection on it, I got to put a return line in my gas tank. I wonder what color the seats are.
Maybe blue?
Maybe two-tone blue. The hockey sticks on it.
They really do look like hockey sticks, too.
They do. I don't want to take that masking off too quick, because sometimes a little flake of that paint will come off and it'll glue itself right to your, and you have to sand like dickens to get it back off. So I'm going to make sure everything is dry as a bone.
Very dry, yeah.
Before I take the masking off. There is almost 2 gallons of clear on it.
How much money in paint do you think you've spent?
You're going to have, in primer and paint, not counting sandpaper or anything, you're going to have $5,000 in it if you get good prices. Blues aren't a real expensive color. If you're talking red or purples, now you're getting into really, really high dollar paint.
What about if it was metallic?
Metallic's not
No,
bad. Yeah. They didn't have it back in those days. There's very few straight colors. That's factory. That's Ford factory color right there. You could have bought that car right there, brand new, right out of the factory, that color right there. Exactly like that.
Well, did you wet sand your hood?
There's the hood. You're a little around the edge, feel it.
Oh my gosh, that is so
That's not even buffed.
slick.
I just sanded that with, knocked the dirt off of it with 600, sanded it with 800, 1,000, 1,500, and this is 2,000 grit right here. That's almost shiny.
So you're not even at the shiny stage yet?
No, I haven't even put a buffer on it yet.
That
Isn't
is-
that smooth?
Yes.
Feel that, and this is what it feels like right after the paint. And look into it, you see a grain in it, see?
Yeah.
You look in that, there's no grain in there.
All right.
And you can feel the little dust bunnies
Yes.
on there.
You can see the grain. I wouldn't call that orange peel.
No, it's just a grain.
It's a grain.
You know,
And then over here,
you're not gonna find it in that.
there's no grain. And
I
it
got-
hasn't been buffed yet, so you haven't even brought out the shine.
No.
Wow.
Haven't made it shine yet, but it's coming.
It sure is. Is that like unwrapping a Christmas present?
Yeah. Hoping you didn't paint everything inside the car. I'm hoping you don't pull any paint off of the car.
Uh-huh. Well, if you did, we're here to see it.
If I do, we'll put her back on there, I betcha.
I think this is what Picasso felt like looking at his artwork. Maybe. Never know.
It lasts little bits, paint soaked. You had a razor blade to get that knocked, but that's okay. Works pretty good.
Looks good.
Yeah, I'm okay. Got a lot of cleanup to do. That's a bad thing about painting them all together. Now I gotta get the windows up and clean them all up. But I put papers clear down inside of there, so I shouldn't have any paint on the glass.
The overspray.
There she is. All right, I'm gonna go back to sanding again.
All right.
I'm gonna make a career out of sanding.
Yeah, I think you have.